Back to the daily grind, and shout out to the full-time patrons. Make sure to hit subscribe if you're new and hit thumbs up if you're not a baby back bagel biting bitch boy, cause you know what time it is. It's full time.
MMA.
Speaking of the interim title fight between Colby Covington and Rafael dos Anjos at UFC 225 in a couple of weeks, Colby Covington recently recalled his incident where he and Fabricio Werdum got into a little altercation, I believe, before UFC Sydney, and Werdum chunked the hot yellow boomerang at Colby Covington's head for some of the disparaging marks he had said about Brazil. Colby Covington now, when he was recently recalling that event, said he could see the Roid-Rage in Werdum's eyes during that boomerang incident. And he's saying this now, of course, because Fabricio Werdum recently tested positive by USADA and was suspended. So now Colby Covington is putting two and two together, like, that's the look I saw in his eyes when he threw that boomerang at me. It wasn't because he was pissed I called his whole country a dump and said his people were filthy animals. It was the Roid-Rage. It all makes sense now. Now, that could be how Colby Covington sees it, but we all know Colby Covington is everyone's favorite asshole, and he likes to disrespect people, talk trash, and I think that's what this is, man. I think he's just using this as another dig at Fabricio Werdum, who recently popped. But the thing is, Fabricio Werdum's not really 100% guilty yet. He's still got it, he's innocent until proven guilty. Recently, we saw former heavyweight champion Junior Dos Santos popped by USADA before his fight with Francis Ngannou. Come to find out, he was cleared. He's about to be fighting again, got his name cleared, and he was facing a suspension because it was an actual, Brazilian lab, that sold supplements, and they got busted, so it was 3 to 4 different fighters all got their name cleared. That could happen with Fabricio Werdum, but Colby Covington is a guy that's going to use this to take a shot at him. But this is the thing, Colby Covington's pissing off. And look, this is what he had to say, because he's not just going at fucking Fabricio here. He's still tripling down, quadrupling down on the Brazil trash talk. He said, I wasn't surprised by the filthy animal's actions. He's just comporting himself like I said he would comport himself. He's a filthy animal. He's a cheap shotter. The guy was on a steroid rage in Australia when he was throwing a boomerang at me, and I could see the Roid-Rage in his eyes trying to kill me. I knew he was on the roids for a long time. It's just a matter of time until justice caught up to him. Colby Covington, says he's here to make the UFC great again, and it's Nerd Bash 2018. So, no nerd is safe, including Fabricio Werdum, if you think he's a nerd. Either way. But that's not all Colby Covington had to say. I also wanted to touch on this. Colby Covington gave his scoring for the recent Darren Till vs. Stephen Wonderboy Thompson fight, which was a controversial decision. A lot of people felt like Stephen Wonderboy Thompson got robbed, but a lot of people didn't. A lot of people felt like Darren Till did enough in the 5th round with a knockdown and with his octagon control earlier in the fight. Some people felt like Wonderboy Thompson landed more significant strikes, though, so it was a really close fight. They were in Darren Till's home. Some people think that might have affected the judge's decision. Darren Till from Liverpool, a little bit of home cooking maybe. And so it was a controversial fight, and Colby Covington is a fellow welterweight, also a controversial welterweight, so you might be interested to see what he had to say about the Stephen Wonderboy Thompson versus Darren Till decision. And this is what he said. Wonderboy definitely got robbed, as much as I don't really like Quiet Boy. He said he's a boring fighter, he just runs back and tries to point fight guys, but he definitely won that. He landed more significant strikes, he was a lot more efficient with the strikes, and he just did a lot more. He took a knockdown in the 5th, but that doesn't really, the 1 through 4 rounds I thought were Wonderboy's. So, and a lot of people agree, man. I mean, especially if you're a casual fan, and even hardcore fans, the hardcore fans and other fighters, a lot of people feel like Wonderboy did enough with his striking to win the fight. And then even some casual fans felt like, my brother, he doesn't watch as much MMA, he felt like Wonderboy won 3 rounds before the 5th round. So there's a lot of people that feel like that was a controversial decision. But this is the thing about Wonderboy versus Till. And I think this might have to happen, bro. As much as some people might not think it's going to be the most entertaining fight, a rematch just to decide who's going to win in a neutral ground, or even in, the United States. Darren Till's offered to rematch Wonderboy in the United States. Wonderboy said he feels like if it happened anywhere else, the decision probably would have went his way. So, and with that being said, we might be seeing a Stephen Thompson versus Darren Till rematch, and that wouldn't be too bad of an idea anyways, because RDA versus Covington is fighting for an interim title. Winner's likely to fight against Tyron Woodley. So meanwhile, we got Darren Till and Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, 2 top 5 fighters, that are going to need a fight, you know. So either they can fight the loser of Covington versus RDA, or they can rematch each other and really decide who's going to be the next to fight for that title. That could happen as well. I wouldn't be against it. I mean, as a mixed martial arts fan, as a hardcore fan, it's a fight that might have to happen, that might need to happen. As far as, oh, is it going to be the most entertaining thing ever? Probably not, man. It's a Wonder Boy fight, and, you know, it's a chess match when you're fighting Wonder Boy. So we'll see what happens, but Colby Covington felt like Wonder Boy got robbed. Let the full-time family know what you think in the comments. I'm out. And as always, thanks for checking out this video. If you want to join the notification gang, make sure you hit subscribe and also hit the bell next to it so you're notified every time I upload a video. And if you want to help this channel reach its full potential, consider hitting the PayPal link in the description or going to patreon.com/fulltimemma and becoming a patron. I'm out.
This is #1 bullshit.